Hello everybody, welcome to my review of the iPad 3, also known as the new iPad, which retails for $4.99, or did retail for $4.99. Now you can find it kind of on eBay, or on you can get a bargain on some websites that are trying to sell it off, to make room for the newer iPads, which is what I did. This is a white 16GB Wi-Fi only version. I'm just going to kind of show you around the iPad. One of the best things about iPad is its thin design. It's also not heavy either. It's just got a nice, streamlined, portable feel. FaceTime camera. 5-megapixel camera, which is excellent for taking pictures. You'd be surprised at the kind of pictures you can take with it. Although it feels awkward at first, once you see the pictures, you're going to be amazed. There's a headphone jack, power button, volume rocker, mute switch, Apple logo, iPad 1620. So, go ahead and turn it on. And so unlock. I'm not going to go into the features of iOS 6 because I'm just going to try to review the iPad. So I'm going to kind of show you some of the features that are exclusive to the iPad and what features are really awesome. So we have all the standard features that you would see on an iPhone. One thing that is absent, or a few things that are absent, is a calculator app, the voice memo app, no compass app like on the iPhone, and no weather app. So I have downloaded the weather channel to make up for that. And there's a ton of weather apps in the App Store, so that's not going to be really a feature that is going to be missed too much, I don't think. I've also downloaded iBooks, which is from Apple, free download, and that allows you to enjoy books just like you would be able to do on a Kindle. And then we have an exclusive app called Photo Booth, which is also available on Macs, but not on the iPhone. It's only available in iOS on the iPad. So you can see, this is the leg of my stool right here. You can kind of see, this is a thermal camera. Here's a mirror, X-ray, kaleidoscope, light tunnel. Let me show you with my foot here. You can see all the things it does to my foot. Distorting, stretching, colorizing, all sorts of crazy stuff. And mostly, you would use this for your face, and it's a lot of fun to just take your face and distort it in tons of different ways. It's a lot of fun to be able to do that. Nice feature they added there. And then while I'm here, I'm going to show you a nice feature that they added for multitasking, multi-finger gestures. So, pinch. There's a 5-finger pinch to close apps. So you can do quickly or slowly. There's a 4-finger slide up to get to the multitasking bar. And while you're in apps, there's a 4 or 5-finger. All of these can be done with 4 or 5 fingers. So when you do this, you can do it with 4 or 5 fingers. Or the pinch can be done with 4 or 5 fingers. Sometimes it's a little trickier though. And then with 4 or 5 fingers, you can also slide to the right to get to recently used apps. And that's a cool feature they've added. Here's your home screens, which I filled with a bunch of apps. You can have up to 11 home screens, I believe. And that's one of the best things I think about iPad, is being able to have so much fun with games on a big screen. And I'm going to show you the camera, which this camera that I'm using isn't the best, but I can get it focus in. You may or may not be able to see the good quality of that. My camera isn't the best quality, but if you use an iPad for taking pictures, you'll be able to see, because it is definitely worth it for taking pictures, especially for up-close pictures, because the camera that they have in the iPad 2, or the camera that's on the iPod Touch 4, is not the best camera. It is good for like basic shots, but it's not like the best camera in the world. Certainly not. So this camera is really good for taking close-ups, and this is actually the one I've taken, which looks great on the display. You can see it's looks like an HD picture. Almost, it looks like a professional picture. And that's a nice thing about the camera. Even though it might feel a little awkward holding it, it's definitely worth it, in my opinion. So the other thing that I want to talk about is the Retina display. That's what really set apart this iPad. It was the Retina display, even though it got like 0.3 inches thicker and a little bit heavier. The Retina display is what sets it apart. So I'm not sure if this camera will really show it, but you can look here. It might look a little fuzzy, but the Retina display is stunning. You can see it from out here. Probably can see how crisp the text is. Going to Safari, which Safari, by the way, is amazing on the iPad. I think it's the best way to view the internet. Is on an iPad. Although on a computer it is nice. It's the best internet experience I've had ever. So I'm going to go to a website here. You can zoom in on text. You can see on this camera how crisp the text is. Maybe you'll be able to see it there too. Let's see. There's the text. There's no pixelation whatsoever. You're not supposed to be able to see, with a display, you're not supposed to be able to see individual pixels, and it's really hard to see them. You really cannot, and you can't see individual pictures, or pixels. There's like none to be able to see. You can see how good the text looks. There's just so many pixels, you can't even distinguish them from one another. So, the Retina display really makes this probably the best iPad ever. And plus, the added features of iOS 6 are really nice too. So, a nice feature of iOS 6 is the 3D buildings and the 3D maps. Look like the Empire State Building. And here, let it load. There we go. Here we go. The Empire State Building. And there we go. That is stunning. This is only available on, I believe, was exclusive to a few devices. There are some devices that didn't get it. Like, I believe the iPhone 4 and iPad Touch 4 were left out of this amazing feature, but it really works. I think it looks best on the iPad. But you can see how it looks like real-life buildings. You can zoom in on them. And although the Maps app may not be good at giving you directions, this makes it all worth it. Right here, this is just amazing, the 3D buildings that they've added. Another feature that's interesting, that's a nice addition to the iPad 3 that was exclusive to the iPad 3. No other iPad before it has gotten this, is Siri. And hello.
Hi, Jeremiah.
So you can see, it's a lot of fun to have fun with, but also it can do important things, like setting reminders, or looking up information, or making notes, or playing music, or opening apps, or lots of different stuff. You'd be amazed at the stuff it can do. So that's exciting. But then I'm going to show you a game real quick, so you can see how amazing it is playing games on this big screen. This is TrueScape, a really fun game by True Access. This just looks phenomenal right in this big screen. Oh, this is a skateboarding game. I'm just going to kind of show you how fun games are on the iPad. You can see the retina display screen makes games so incredible. And that is just, that's one game that you can play. But games are just incredible on the gigantic screen. So pretty much that's about it. With the iPad, it really probably is the best tablet on the market right now. Just about anyone would agree. It's probably the fastest selling tablet. It's pretty much what reinvented the tablet market. And of course there are good alternatives out there, but if you really want the tablet to start it all, and something with a great screen that isn't too heavy, that is nice and thin, that has a great camera, the largest app selection and music and movie, the largest media selection anywhere, this is the tablet you want to go to. Even if it costs a little more than other tablets, you're gonna want to go with the iPad because it is just so amazing in terms of features and screen and everything else. It just truly sets it apart from all other tablets. Also, accessories are readily available for it. You'll probably be overwhelmed if you search iPad accessories on Google because there's so many. One of the accessories is made by Apple. Smart case. This is a really nice case. Fits it nicely. Just slide it into here. But this allows for great protection for your iPad. And it also wakes and sleeps it. So you turn it off, you plug this thing in, or you fold it over, and it turns off. Open it up, and it turns on. No more slide. Press the power button on, press power button off. There's none of that. It just cover and open, cover and open, and it does that by means of magnets. So that's pretty cool, and it also protects the screen at the same time. So accessories are readily available, and it's so fun to be able to use the iPad. It just really is one of the most fun products. Definitely the most fun piece of technology I've ever used. So if you want the best tablet experience ever, you're going to want to go with the iPad.